doing here? I got a half a mind to hit you with a put your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my mind is tied. Good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pulpit.
It's week 7 of the NFL, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. There's a lot to like from his showing last week. Well over 100 yards and a pair of scores. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The drive will start with an option going left. Fighting his way through contact. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On fourth down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returnable here for Davis. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Herbert. Comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they got themselves a first down.
And the Chargers first down.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And Allen's going to have a Chargers first down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line.
First down, Los Angeles.
On first down, it's Herbert. It's caught on the right side. Williams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This defense for the Chiefs, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First down, Chargers.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They'd move this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
To the air again, Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Partner, are they going to cover him? That's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often, but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at him. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon. Room past the 35. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. First down yardage yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the Chargers' 40-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Tony.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Mahomes now on first down. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to his knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. Last drive, the touchdown, 4 catches, really good. He was. They were not good on the other side trying to stop him. What do they need to do?
Well, this is where the entire staff has to get involved because we always focus on the defensive coordinator. But he needs help from other people with their eyes and their expertise, and he needs to listen to them. And sometimes you just can't afford to wait on a drive and say, okay, let's get to the sidelines and start over. You need to find a way in the middle of that drive to start taking away what's hurting you.
Yeah, in-series adjustments, and how do you do that?
Well, what you do is you listen to what everyone else is telling you, what they're seeing, the patterns that are developing, and maybe you just start running extra bodies to take away that particular play.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And the Chargers' first down.
Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Chris Jones on the stop.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on fourth.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how... Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Herbert operating from the red zone. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Herbert back to the air. They'll find Everett there, complete. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here's Herbert. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we see James. He will now return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On second down, here's Mahomes. A dump down to McKinnon.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes to throw once more. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Yeah, we saw that from up here, CD. A tug on the face mask, and the flag comes out.
And we saw that last week they had some defensive miscues like that. And they told us that they had worked hard on it in practice and thought they had it all cleaned up. But obviously the message hasn't really sunk in.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So we've come upon halftime here in KC with the Chiefs on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Herbert off of play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't
teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
1st down, Chargers.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
44 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Taken down that time by Felix Anudike-Uzomah.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a couple.
At the 37-yard line.
On the give, this is Eckler. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Herbert going to keep it on the sneak. And, boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right, why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
We're back now in KC, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. Flushed out right. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Mahomes now on 1st down. Throwing left sideline complete. It's James. And he will reach reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Richie James, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chargers 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Baseman. Defense.
So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And that will be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed a push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City 1st.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On 1st down, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a 2nd and 10.
15.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence. And they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Noah Gray. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT.
Yellow, Lonnie, Smith, red, check pink, switch, yellow.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. On the move to his left. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On 1st and 10, Herbert dancing to his left. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Trent McDuffie getting the chance to blitz and finishing it off with a sack.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
On 4th down, Herbert. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's when you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
And this one out quickly to James. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.